toxicity, be it toxic fandoms or others. Like in spoilers, there's contradictions everywhere, and it's not the absolute cleanest pocket in internet history. And B, you're getting a slight analysis into the minds of the My Hero Academia monsters. I'm excited, let's do this. Like and subscribe for more videos where we laugh at toxicity, be it toxic fandoms or other toxic facets of appreciate it. We're like, yes, that is some toxic garbage that we could laugh at. Wow, thank you, toxic garbage, for making my day. It's all a matter of perspective, and the toxicity that we've so hated for years of browsing the internet can become our...
What's good, what's good? Hello, hello.
Greatest source of fun as it's become mine. Because, newsflash, people are really dumb sometimes, and it's funny. I don't know, watching a baby do something stupid and tell that is an obvious joke, My Hero Academia fans that are probably going to be swarming to this video, to leave me your lovely remarks in the comments about how you really...
Yo, do y'all think our fandom is toxic?
Analyze the situation.
Like, you watch the show. Do you feel like you are toxic? Because I don't feel like I'm toxic. Most of the fans that I read in the comments, they don't seem toxic. There's only those rare few. It's the ones that are loud that are toxic. I don't really see the fandom as a whole as toxic. But that's just me. The only thing I've seen with this fandom that can get toxic is the ships. And it's not because whether they're straight or gay or any of that. It's just people really tell people to die over ships. Like, you like what you like, keep it moving. Simple as that. But I don't think our fandom is toxic. Like, it's just like any other fandom. Like, I've seen Sword Art Online people. They act, I guess, toxic. Dragon Ball. Can they beat Goku? Can they beat Goku? No. Like, that could be toxic. Demon Slayer, people say anything that's popular seems to be considered toxic. Like, I think the fandom can be weird, but there's a lot of anime fans that are weird. Like, there's a lot of anime fans that are strange. You got the ones, I remember the kids that would run like Naruto through the halls in school. That was a thing. So I don't think our fandom is any different than most fandoms. It's just, I think they're the loudest. Like, the ones who are the loudest are the ones, doesn't mean they're big, it just mean you're the loudest. But yeah, I mean, you said, let's see, what you say? Live chat, all chats. They be shipping 15-year-olds and it doesn't make sense. I mean, I feel like I've seen that with Haikyuu, I've seen that with Naruto, I've seen that with a lot of shonen anime. Ships seem to be the normal thing. It's just My Hero has so many characters that the ships go wild. Like, you got 80 different characters and you ship them with class 1A, class 1B. So that could go hand in hand. Like, Demon Slayer has a tight-knit amount of characters, but My Hero literally introduced us to a class of students. So, of course, people are going to be shipping them. But with our fandom, I don't feel like we're the most toxic fandom. I just feel like we got people who are the loudest. Even if you call them weird, anime fans I've met through school, there's some weird ones out there. Like, ones that if they get into a fight, they're screaming anime moves during the fight. So that's something that's pretty normal. But as far as toxic, I'm still trying to figure out, like, the most I've heard that the fandom did that is just like a no-no is you send death threats over a ship that y'all want to happen. That's something that I've heard. I don't know how true that is. But again, I think every show has its bit of toxic people. Like Demon Slayer, okay, the graphics are good, the story's decent, but I don't think they're any more toxic than any other fan. Like My Hero, I feel like, honestly, every My Hero fan I've met have just not been toxic. They love the show, they love the manga, they haven't said something crazy. I'm like, I feel like our fandom is pretty good. It's just those quiet, loud ones. It's like they're quiet but loud. Like the ones that only care about ships and only care about themselves. Like, I get, hey, a lot of people hate Baku Deku. Cool, but some people love it. That's fine. I mean, just if that's something that bothers you, like if that's what makes it toxic, I mean, you gotta look through life, bro. Like, just because you don't like a ship because it's gay doesn't mean it's toxic. It just means that's just not your cup of tea. Like, it's simple as that. People are very quick to put Momo and Jiro, but no one calls that toxic. The moment you say Baku Deku, the argument is Bakugo and Deku is a toxic shit because Bakugo is toxic. Yes, I fully get that. Bakugo was toxic at the start. He got character development. Cool. But in that sense, yes, it could be toxic. You know what's really toxic? Endeavor, Todoroki, that whole family. That's a whole toxic relationship. But to just say a ship is toxic because it's gay, come on, bro. That's just because it's gay does not make it toxic. It just means that's just not your thing. And like I said, like Kaminari and Jiro, that's not a toxic ship, but Jiro always picks on Kaminari. Doesn't really bully him, per se. I mean, you could argue that. But I don't feel like our fandom as a whole is toxic. Like, I'm still trying to figure out, have I ever met a weird My Hero, fan, like, in person? I meet them all the time. And when I'm wearing my bags, my shirts, people are like, oh, you like the show? Like, I love the show. Like, that's my thing. But I don't think our fandom is toxic. Like I said, like any other fandom, it's those loud ones. Like Dragon Ball could be a toxic community because everyone says, can he beat Goku? Can he beat Goku? Your anime can never beat Dragon Ball Z. Like, like it is what it is. Like, if you like the show, like it. I don't believe our fandom is toxic, but I always see videos like this one from Nux Taku, the most toxic anime fandom. I don't feel like I don't feel like we're the most toxic. I just feel like we're the loudest. Cause I know Demon Slayer people call that fandom toxic. Sword Art Online, they call that toxic. Anything honestly that's popular is toxic. If you're popular, you're toxic. And if you're popular, people are like, that show's mid, it's boring. Like, people will hate on the show just because it's popular. Because I know during season 1, I heard nothing from, about toxic. But once season 2 and 3 season 2 and 3, that's all you heard was the fandom saying, we're toxic. I'm like, bro, I've yet to be toxic with this show. I think the show's great. I think the show is supposed to be exactly what it is. It feels like I'm watching like comic book based characters, kids be superheroes. Cool. But toxic, yeah, I think we got to change the word. Like, just say you don't like some of the fans, but saying you don't like all of the fans, like, come on now. It makes people feel ashamed to like a show. Like, I'm going to love this show. I'm going to tell people I love the show. I'm going to rock the shirts. I'm going to, anime fans, like I said, they're human. Can't call someone toxic because people only say it's toxic because of the ships. Like, when I post videos, I'm saying, what's your favorite ship? People were like, don't say that. You're going to cause a ship war. I'm like, that's a thing? A ship war? Like, because people are going to argue on whose ship is toxic and non-toxic? That makes no sense to me. Like, I'm going to say who I like. Ochako and Deku. Cool. People like Kirishima and Bakugo. Cool. People like Baku Deku. Cool. People like Todoroki and Deku. Cool. I don't mind it. I love the comments. I heart it. I don't say it's wrong. I don't say it's right. It is what it is. Like, y'all really be tripping. And the only ones that are toxic, I feel, are the ones that get mad. The ones who get mad at the ships, you might have to look in the mirror and be like, maybe I'm toxic. Maybe I just don't like gay ships. That's perfect. That is on you. Perfectly fine if that's your viewpoint. But then again, Naruto, like some people say, Naruto got a whole toxic community. If you don't watch Naruto, where have you been? Like, that's what people say. But there's some people who watch Naruto, watch like 1, 2, 3 episodes and like, this isn't for me. One Piece, a lot of people can be toxic on there, but My Hero is the one show that people like to shit on. They just say this is the most toxic community ever, but it's because of the ships. It's not because of the show. It's not because of the power. It's because of the ships. That's the only reason people call it toxic, because they argue over ships. And, when you talk about guy on guy, girl on girl, or girl guy, like, creates a big issue. But anime fans got to get used to it. Like, if it's toxic to you, it's toxic to you. It's not toxic to me. Like, I don't see the fandom as toxic. The moment death threats start coming, then yeah, that individual is toxic, not the fandom. I just have to defend my favorite fandom. Because I love the show. And I'm going to keep watching the show. But the more people call it toxic, I'm like, you can hate on it. You could call it toxic. But it's kind of like people who hate on dub. Like, if you hate on dub because it's dub, you might be toxic. Or it just might not be your cup of tea. Cool. I like sub, dub. I like the manga. It is what it is. Anyways, I just wanted to give my 2 cents. You didn't have to ask. I just wanted to say it. But I appreciate y'all for coming through. It's your boy Mac, and I'm out.